The GPS DairyCAST features the high-value insights of the GPS Dairy Consulting team's trusted advisors and the owners and managers from the elite dairy farms they serve. These conversations deliver on the GPS Dairy Consulting promise to inspire change and grow leaders.
Hello and welcome to the GPS DairyCAST. I'm Peggy Coffeen, serving as your host from the Up-Level Dairy Podcast. And on this GPS DairyCAST, we are coming to you from the 2024 GPS Leaders Forum. And joining me for this episode are GPS team members Amanda Borkowski and Angel Horn. And these are the ladies that work behind the scenes to plan the activities and events that are in person and virtual throughout the year to keep you connected to GPS team members and resources. You're going to be hearing about some of the upcoming educational events, some of the ways that you can stay connected with GPS throughout the year, including the GPS DairyCAST, and more right here with Angel and Amanda.
We're really excited to share all of the educational events and opportunities we have coming in 2025. And I think to kick off with that, we're going to highlight some of our in-person events we have going on this coming year. So I'm going to hand it over to Angel to kind of start kicking that off as she helps coordinate all of these awesome opportunities.
Thanks, Amanda. So the first thing we're going to be doing in 2025 is going to be the herd manager retreats. Mm-hmm. So we have 3 retreats scheduled again this year. The first one is going to be at the Wisconsin Dells, and we've changed venues this year. So we're actually going to be at the Chula Vista. So we found out that they have done like over $1 million renovation on their indoor water park. And we think it's going to be a good place for us to land. So we're going to try that this year. And then we're also going to be back at the Bavarian Inn in Michigan, and then back at Bridges Bay for the I-29 area. So our Wisconsin Dells event is going to be on February 14th and 15th. Also new this year is going to be a pre-conference event. So instead of just the reception on Friday evening, we're going to have a pre-conference Friday afternoon meeting with Santiago Ledwith. And so what Santiago is going to do is talk about culture on the dairies. You don't really ever know how your dairy culture is doing without taking assessments of it. Mm-hmm. So he's going to go through an assessment piece and discuss on how you can build that culture in your dairy. I think it's going to be a good addition. So whenever you register for those pieces, the attendees will need to go ahead and mark whether they're actually going to be attending that Friday afternoon session or not. That will actually be at all 3 locations. So I started out with Wisconsin Dells. The next one up is going to be the Michigan retreat, and it is going to be February 21st and 22nd at the Bavarian Inn in Frankenmuth, Michigan. It's at Frankenmuth, Michigan. March 7th and 8th is again the I-29 retreat, and it will be at Bridges Bay. All 3 locations have just a great lineup. You can find out more about those things on our website.
Yeah, and I think a really cool piece of the herd manager retreat too is really the family focus that those events bring, and how these attendees are encouraged to bring their families, bring their children. All of these locations are fun, like the Chula Vista Water Park, and kind of to not only have them escape to come to this educational session, but have it be a vacation for the family too, and everybody be together.
Absolutely. I'm glad you mentioned that. We want the families to be there.
Mm-hmm.
We encourage that. So that's definitely a good thing to add.
So besides the herd manager retreat, I think we have some feeder trainings coming up next year. Is that correct?
So we've always got feeder trainings available. The consultants schedule those at the request of the dairies. So if you're interested in having a feeder training in your area, contact your consultant and they'll be able to get that scheduled for you.
Very cool. And what do those kind of look like?
Usually they are a 1-day event. So they set up in a workshop is typically what that is. We have lunch for everybody, and they go through some morning sessions, some afternoon sessions, and then very casual. There's also usually Spanish available. They have translation available too. So that's another good piece that wants to be inclusive for everybody.
Yeah, no, that's great. And I think the herd manager retreats have Spanish options as well. Is that correct?
We do, yes. So what we do at the herd manager retreats is we have the double screens at the front of the stage, and one screen's going to be in English, one screen's going to be in Spanish, and then we have translators on site who will be translating via headset to our Spanish-speaking attendees. So they get just as much interaction, and they can translate questions back to the presenters for the Q&A times. There's just as much interaction to be all-inclusive and include everybody and get that feedback from everybody as well.
Yeah, that's incredible to have those opportunities for all members of our farm. So really cool. And, currently right now we're recording this at our 2024 Leaders Forum. But we've got this going on again next year. Do we know those dates and where we're going to be again?
Oh, we do. So we're going to be right here at Mystic Lake again. This is a beautiful facility, middle of Minneapolis, Minnesota. And so the 2025 Leaders Forum is going to be December 2nd through the 4th. Again, Tuesday evening through Thursday afternoon. You'll see more information about that coming next summer.
Yeah, that sounds good. And I know this event is always just chock full of like 20 plus speakers. We've got general sessions, breakout sessions. I mean, we have a bunch of these GPS DairyCasts coming out that are highlighting some of those speakers even a little bit more. And so always a great event, and looking forward to being back here with everybody.
So our Leaders Forum is an exclusive premier leadership training event for the high-level individuals in the dairy, and it is by invitation only. So when you get that invitation, go ahead and sign up. We'd love to have everybody here.
Yeah, and I think I was chatting with somebody yesterday, and they had just shared appreciation about how basically all of our speakers are like university level, and it's more on the science and the research of the present hot topics rather than per se companies, highlighting a product or whatnot. It is very universal, and we get a lot of appreciation for that. And I know our planning committee who takes a really keen eye to who we invite to that, so that we do have top-notch speakers.
Very specific. Very specific. Yes.
Excited to see what that looks like next year.
Register now for a herd manager retreat happening in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Iowa. Held annually in partnership with Diamond V and Adiseo, these herd manager retreats are designed to provide an atmosphere for sharing ideas and best practices among an elite group of herd manager peers at a family-friendly location. As a team, GPS and NPI understand that family is an important ingredient to your team. They're thrilled to provide this opportunity to cultivate the growth and relationships of leaders with their new format and expanded speaker lineup. Also, the entire program will be translated into Spanish. Join them in Wisconsin February 14th and 15th, in Michigan February 21st and 22nd, and in Iowa on March 7th and 8th. Talk to a GPS consultant to learn more or visit gpsdairy.com to register now.
So we just highlighted a bunch of in-person opportunities to support our producers and industry allies and come together in that regard. But we do have a lot of virtual and online opportunities throughout the year that we want to make sure that everyone is aware of as well, to help fulfill our mission of providing information and resources to our clients and to the industry as a whole. And one of those is actually this GPS DairyCAST. So it's been a little over a year now. We're celebrating our 1-year anniversary of doing this, and it's totally been a dream of the consultants for, oh my gosh, they've been asking to do this for a couple of years now, and we're finally here doing it. And we really hope that these episodes, can dive into the expertise of our consultants and their clients and other individuals that we work with to bring hot topics and knowledge to beyond just our clients. And so we're looking forward to continuing doing these. Similar to 2024, we'll have 24 episodes in total, and we plan to post 2 a month. So it's just enough information for everyone. And we continue to look forward to focusing on those insightful hot topics, but have a little fun with it too. So I know that's a goal here, is to keep the knowledge high level, but maybe we can relax a bit and just have some fun on these. And so we're really looking forward to continuing these podcasts in the next year as well.
So it's nice that we're able to sprinkle in things that from the Leaders Forum last year in there. But then we also, you mentioned hot topics. There have been so many different things that happened in 2024, and we were able to cover those through the podcast and kind of in live events,
Yes. Yep. Like the avian influenza, being able to pivot and work with King, one of our experts in that field, to get that information out quickly. So yeah, totally agree. So you can expect to see these podcasts come out, like I said, 2 times a month. So about every 2 weeks. And you can stream them anywhere you listen to podcasts, but they're also hosted on our website as well. So if you're looking to catch up, you've got multiple areas to find us. And I encourage you, if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button on Spotify or Apple or wherever, because that'll just help make sure too that when we do drop a new episode, you can get a notification that we're here waiting for you. Another digital opportunity is our newsletter. And our newsletter is a great home to put that all together in one spot. So on our website, we encourage you to sign up for our email list. And with that, you'll get notifications about all sorts of new things we're doing in our events, but also our monthly e-newsletter. And this goes out once a month towards the end of the month to all of our subscribers. And like I said, it's kind of a host of all of this stuff. Anything internal GPS announcements are going to be there. If we're adding a new team member, if we have an upcoming event in your area, anything like that. But then it also will tell you, here are the last handful of podcasts we've made. Here is our previous blog. Here is a list of articles and other podcasts that maybe some of our consultants have been asked to speak on and be an expert on. And so, like I said, there is a lot of knowledge and a lot of information sharing going on here. And the newsletter is a great way to host that all and get it to your inbox so you can kind of see everything that's going on.
It's a wonderful resource.
Yeah. So to make sure that you receive our newsletter, if you're not getting emails from GPS yet, then you're missing out. Head over to gpsdairy.com and there will be some space near the top that you can just enter your email address in, and that will get you the newsletter. And like I said, all of our other announcements, we promise to not spam. So what we really focus on doing is sending one email a week that usually arrives in your inbox on a Tuesday morning. That gets all of that, the newsletter, blog posts, DairyCAST announcements, anything like that. We want to make sure we keep that concise, and we don't want to clutter up your already very busy inbox too.
So you said that things come into your inbox every Tuesday, and you mentioned the newsletter. You also mentioned some blogs and some vlogs. Tell me a little more about that.
Yeah, so GPS has been hosting a dairy blog for, oh my gosh, since before I've even joined the team 4 years ago. I know back in the beginning, it was really important to leadership to play on our brand promise of inspiring change and growing leaders. And the blog was an integral part of that. And so we continue to host blogs. And as of recently, we've also added some vlogs, some video blogs into that to diversify that a little bit more. But we host all of those on our website. And what those are, short reads from our consultants on, again, hot topics and things that they're passionate in themselves. And so there are a lot of different technical topics for herd managers, topics on transition cows, calf care, health like that, but also people development topics as well. And so we really have a diverse team with diverse expertise on those. And so we kind of ask everybody to contribute a blog here and there on a topic they see valuable in the industry. And it's a quick read, usually 5 minutes or less, and host it all online. And again, sent to your inbox if you're on our email list. We do those about once a month. So again, not a ton because we have other opportunities as well. But you can expect a blog post once a month. And then if we have some of those 5-week months, we throw a vlog in there and ask the consultants to do a short video on a hot topic and share information that way as well, hosted on the same platform. So I know we've been pushing everybody to the website, and that truly is where, you can find everything GPS Dairy is at gpsdairy.com. All of these opportunities, registrations, information about our team. But another place is our social media. I encourage everybody to check us out on Facebook and LinkedIn. You can just search gpsdairy.com to find us. We use that as another touch point for sharing information. So you'll see highlights of those blog posts of those GPS DairyCasts, announcements of our events, deadlines, registration, hotel room blocks, all that good stuff there as well. But we also have some fun on our Facebook, and we really like to use that space to share cool things that our clients are doing, interesting things going on in the industry, maybe other events that a GPS consultant or team member is speaking at. Facebook is another great way for us to be a little lighthearted with it and share some of that cool stuff going on because our clients are doing some really cool things. So I know especially like around June, we really like to share our clients that are maybe hosting a June Dairy Month breakfast on the farm and highlighting that as well. So check us out on Facebook and LinkedIn to stay even more in the loop. And if things get too crazy in the inbox, hopefully you can see stuff going on there. And to wrap everything up, again, gpsdairy.com is the place to go to get all your information. You can dive deeper into our Feed Fit program there. There's a lot of touch points on there, and it's really easy to maneuver. So if you would like to learn more about anything that we're doing for our educational programs, whether in person or virtual, I would say check out www.gpsdairy.com.
You just heard from Amanda Borkowski and Angel Horn here on the GPS DairyCast. And if you're interested in more information on the things that they've talked about today, including the in-person events and other ways that you can stay connected with the GPS team throughout the year, make sure you head to the links in the show notes. I'm Peggy Coffeen from the Up-Level Dairy Podcast, serving as your host, and thank you for listening to the GPS DairyCast.
The GPS DairyCAST features conversations that deliver on the GPS Dairy Consulting promise to inspire change and grow leaders. If this GPS DairyCAST has you looking for more ways to become an elite dairy producer, find more information in our show notes on how you can add a GPS advisor to your team.